Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Straight Demands, and thank you for checking out today's video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I know I am. World War II is out. Of course, it's awesome, man. I'm loving this game. So, today's video is going to be my opinion on the best default classes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rank them from worst to best. Hold on, worst to best. Yeah, there we go. And then, of course, this is strictly my opinion, but if you do not have the game yet, as soon as you hop into a game, maybe after watching this video, you can hop right in with the best class that's for you. So let's break them down a little bit. Alright, so the first one that we're going over, in my opinion, is definitely the worst, is the LMG class, the Armored Division Bren. So it's got Full Metal Jacket, Extended Mag, it's got the basic training of Launch, which allows you to take the bazooka, and then it's got a sticky grenade. So my overall opinion of this obviously is awful because it is number 5. It's, well, I'll say the worst part for last, but if you are the type of player that wants to sit in a head glitch and ADS the whole time, then this gun still isn't good, but that's really the only way you can use this gun. Actually, other than that, shooting down UAVs, this is probably your gun to do so. It has an extremely low fire rate. The iron sights are okay, but the barrel on the side, not the barrel, the magazine on the side is so obtrusive that you can't see about half your screen, it feels like. The rocket is absolutely pointless in this game because none of them are lock-on. So honestly, this is just an awful class. The biggest downfall to this particular class is it is so ridiculously slow. And I've got a few examples right here of where it is just not ideal. You literally cannot sprint. You have to be aiming down your sight the entire time to stand any type of chance. And I don't know about you, but most people don't play like that. I absolutely do not play like that. So this is number 5. It's awful. Don't use it unless you want to shoot down kill streaks, because this is the only thing it's good for, in my opinion. Okay, so the next class we've got is the Expeditionary Combat Shotgun. So this class is relatively good. It's got some good things on it. It's got a combat shotgun, of course, the advanced rifling and quick draw, the basic training of hustle, the secondary of a shovel, and then tactical as a signal player. So let's start backwards. The signal player is weird. If you throw that and the guy is close to it, then that's actually going to blind him pretty well. But if he's like, I don't know, 6 feet behind it, it does absolutely nothing. This thing's only really good for blocking a doorway. The shovel is a one-hit melee kill, so that's pretty rad. The basic training hustle is probably one of my favorites. It allows you to reload really, really quick. The shotgun itself, it's got advanced rifling and quick draw, so this one's definitely not meant for hip firing. It wants you to pull it up, aim down the sights, be super accurate, and I don't play like that. I had a little bit of a hard time with this because shotguns, for me, I just hip fire them. But this class was definitely set up for aiming down the sights. Now, shotguns, since we do have the Expeditionary Division, has the incendiary rounds. So what happens is you will unload all of your shells that are in the shotgun, and then you'll reload it with the incendiary rounds. And what this does is it pretty much just lights people on fire. And it's not as strong as a normal bullet, per se, but the usefulness of this is you hit them a couple times, and then you kind of run away. It doesn't kill them instantly, but they will slowly burn to death. And it's very satisfying to get a kill like that. If you get killed by it, it really pisses you off. So it's kind of fun in that regard. The only issue with it is you have to reload those shells every single time. And at first I was getting killed quite a bit while running and trying to reload it. So the best idea if you're going to use this class and the incendiary rounds is to just, as soon as you spawn in, switch over to those without running, kind of just hiding, and then moving forward. Otherwise, you're going to be caught off guard, and it's awful when that happens. Okay, so the next class we're going to be going over is the Mountain Division Lee Enfield Sniper Rifle. Of course, it's got the Lee Enfield Sniper Rifle, Ballistic Calibration, FMJ, a basic training of lookout. The secondary is a machine pistol with advanced rifling, and then the lethal is the S-44. So let's go backwards again. The S-44 is essentially like a claymore from previous Call of Duties. You lay it on the ground, and if somebody gets close to it, it just blows up. It's extremely annoying to get killed by, so that means it's really useful. If you're going to be camping in a doorway or a window, you can just lay this on your backside and kind of just watch your six the whole time. The machine pistol is definitely the best secondary, especially with advanced rifling. I would say if you were to use this going forward, it definitely needs extended mag instead. It's got a 10 bullet clip, so you definitely need that instead. But it's still a good setup. The basic training is lookout. That allows you to see people's or your enemies' names at a longer distance, and it also allows you to let me double check. It also allows for increased mini-map coverage, so that's obviously a good thing. The elite infield itself with ballistic calibration means it's going to sway a lot less, and the FMJ you can shoot through whatever cover these guys are using. Overall, the gun is pretty good for as early as you unlock it, but it is a hit marker machine. You need to hit the upper chest to the head every time for one hit. Otherwise, you're going to be getting hit markers out the wazoo. But it's still a pretty good gun. It's fun to mess around with. That's why it is number 3 on my list. Alright, so the next class we got is the infantry class, which is the assault rifle heavy one. We got the FG42 with the red dot sight, quick draw and advanced rifling, basic training of primed. The secondary is a PO8 with steady aim, and then we have the MK2 frag as the lethal. Going backwards again, the lethal is probably the best in the game. It's just your typical frag grenade. I feel like in this game they take a long time to cook, but they are strong as shit. The secondary, the pistol, pistols are awful in this game in my opinion, except for the machine pistol, which is only mediocre. Steady aim, I don't know, I would always aim down sights, but that's probably just me. Basic training of primed, this is really awesome, especially if you can get your infantry class up to, I think, level 3. What it does is it allows you to have an extra attachment, which is why the FG42 has 3 attachments, but like I said, if you get the infantry class up to level 3, then you get that 4 attachments, which is gnarly. The FG42 itself, reflex, of course, is always a good idea. I will say in this game, the iron sights on most of these guns is really good, so I don't know if I would use that in a custom class, but you know, whatever. Quick draw is awesome. With assault rifles, I've been watching a couple of videos. They say it's not necessarily super important, but I usually have it on there. And then advanced rifling, just making your rifle a little bit stronger at a distance. So my opinion of this class is, for a starting AR class, it's actually really good. I remember watching several videos recently that people were saying the FG42 is one of the best guns in the entire game. I don't necessarily agree with that. I feel like the time to kill with this gun is a little slower than something like the BAR, but they can't all be god guns. So this one is actually still a really good gun, especially for your default class. That's why it's my second to last one. If you are an AR player and you turn the game on for the first time, this is definitely the class you want to go with. It's very, I would say it's usually default AR classes are the mediocre ARs. This one I would say is probably above that. It's not the best, but it is above mediocre, so you're going to find a lot of success with this class, I think. Alright, so the last class I'm going over, of course the best for last, is the Airborne Division. This is the SMG heavy. We're using the WAF-28 with steady aim, the lens. Basic training is espionage, secondary is the 1911 with quick draw, and tactical is smoke grenade. The smoke grenades are your typical smoke grenades. I know the last couple iterations of Call of Duty, when you throw a smoke grenade, if the person was in the smoke, it actually smoked up their mini-map as well, so that came back, and it's very useful. Secondary is a 911. The pistols, I don't really care for it. Quick draw is a good attachment to have on that, though. So the basic training espionage is the enemy score streaks and enemies you damage appear on the mini-map for everybody. So that's actually pretty useful. I would definitely use something else, but starting out, that's not a bad one to have. Now, the SMG itself, the WAF-28, if you watched any of my beta videos, I almost, I don't know, I struggle. There's no almost about it. The WAF is what saved me. I absolutely adore this gun. I think there's better ones in the game now that I'm playing the full release, but this gun is so awesome. I love it, especially with steady aim on it, which is what it's got. It's super fast. With steady aim, you don't ever have to aim down your sights. You literally just turn corners and you melt people. The lens is a pretty good attachment to have as well, because you don't have an intrusive reflex or red dot, whatever they call it, and it makes your iron sights a little bit better. I actually, when I run this class, I don't run the lens anymore. I usually use extended mag and steady aim, and this gun, it just melts people. This is definitely the best one starting out. If you are somewhat accurate with your shots, this one is definitely the one you want to start out with. You got to keep in mind, though, that this is definitely a faster gameplay type of gun, so you got to be moving. It will absolutely destroy people, though. So that's definitely my opinion on all these guns. Of course, it is my opinion. Hop in. I mean, try them all. I did. It's worth knowing how guns act and all those things. Plus, it gives you a taste of what you can unlock later. What do you think? Have you bought the game? You use these default classes? I know most of the time people just use them until they can do their own created class, but sometimes, like the WAF, you don't unlock that until a lot later. So I used the default WAF class for a long time, actually. But let me know what you think of all these classes. Which one did you lean towards? I'd definitely like to know that. And then that is about it, guys. I hope you are enjoying World War II as much as I am. I say it all the time now, but I feel like it's going to be a great year for Call of Duty. I am really enjoying this game. It's hard for me to actually sit down and take time to edit these videos now because I just want to keep playing. And it's been so long since I've wanted to do that. Alright, anyways, regardless, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up. I absolutely appreciate it. Again, comment down below. Let me know what you think of all these classes. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And as always, guys, peace, love, and positivity. I'll check you later.